fuck the Rough Man Jackson. You're watching WGS-TV.
Yeah!
As we have two Alfies.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B Billy Boudreaux. This is going to be the Monday Night Raw review for the week of May 19th. May 19th. I wonder how many of you guys get that reference. Of the review for the May 19th edition of Monday Night Raw. Let me introduce the panel for this week's Monday Night Raw review. First off, he is the hardcore host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one, the only, Rick Head. Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Billy. Thanks for having me. And hey, anybody want some head? Come on over and get some.
Oh, jeez. Where's Al Snow when you need him? Ladies and gentlemen, from YouTube.com/Lance Moss TV, he is the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
From the hood over on iVlog, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Bay Area MVP known as Will. Will, how you doing?
Anybody want
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
As well as a stalker in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Houdat Temple, also on iVlog, ladies and gentlemen, James from the Big Easy. James, how you doing?
The return of the Union Jacks.
Just what James is talking about? Well, we'll tell you in just a couple of minutes. As the Pro Wrestling Lad himself, Squire Alfie, is here. Alfie, how you doing?
I'm good, Billy, and I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Well, let's see who has the bad news for this week, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to talk about Monday Night Raw, as we start off with Bray Wyatt talking about what we assumed last week, based on the promo he cut at the end of last week's Monday Night Raw about he and Cena having a last man standing match at Payback, which has actually been confirmed thanks to what they did on Monday Night Raw this past week. Sometimes when WWE cuts promos and makes things kind of blatantly obvious as to what the matches are going to be, sometimes it's a buzzkiller and sometimes it's not. It all depends on how they work it. In my opinion, and
they confirmed it on SmackDown last Friday.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, John Cena accepted the match on Friday.
All right, I didn't get the opportunity to watch Friday Night SmackDown, so I do apologize about that. But Bray Wyatt cutting a promo talking about his old teacher, then talking about the Last Man Standing match, which then gets interrupted by John Cena coming out, doing a sneak attack on Wyatt, and then running away from Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Interesting way to start out Monday Night Raw, and Alfie, it looks like over in your neck of the woods that fans don't like Cena too much.
I don't think we've ever, well, I say we, I'm speaking for everyone, a lot of people don't tend to like him too much over here, especially when you've got the main heel. We love a good sing-song over here, so if you've got a catchy song, odds are we'll sing along to it. So hence the Fandangoing, and he's got the whole world in his hands all around the night. But yeah, we do like the Wyatts over here. They're a great stable.
We had Sheamus taking on the King of Swing, Cesaro. Paul Heyman tried to pull off a little bit of his heelish things, and well, apparently was singing along with Paul Heyman because he was trying to do his, my client Brock Lesnar, and that whole spiel, and fans were just singing along with it, and Heyman was trying everything he could to get the fans to hate him on that particular segment, Rick, and it just wasn't really working out really well for some reason.
No. Actually, this segment at all, it was kind of... I really don't know really much to say about this segment. It really was kind of... I don't think it really was working at all, if you ask me. I really can't... I'll give it a 2.5 for the whole segment.
Now, with Cesaro hitting a German suplex to get the victory over Sheamus, Rick, do you see him being pushed towards the United States title?
The Cesaro, yeah. I mean, I honestly see him being pushed. I can see him. I was actually talking with Ms. Jack Shit, who has not been on HWF for a while. I see Cesaro, honestly, being a WWE World Title champion somewhere down the road. Not anytime soon, but definitely he has all the credentials, everything it has to take to be a champion somewhere down the road. Sometime this year? No. Could he win the Money in the Bank champion? Possibly. But he definitely has what it takes.
Well, on last week's review, we did get the announcement that Shield will be taking on Evolution at Payback, but one of the things we did cover was, they have to do something to kind of improve on the match they did at Extreme Rules. Because we all knew they couldn't have just a traditional, six-man tag match. They can't repeat what they did at Extreme Rules. They have to do something to take the feud to the next level. A good friend of mine, DJ Yoles, he has his own YouTube channel. I was talking with him last night on Skype, and he said he really doesn't feel that this gimmick, this angle is believable or not. But then again, that is just one person's view about it. But we did get the announcement of a match stipulation. Will, I want to get your thoughts on it. With the match stipulation being announced as a no-holds-barred elimination tag team match. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if they beat each other up, the better, because as of right now, it's the only best thing going. I mean, if anybody paid attention to their last few fights, I could say it's a decent build. So going into Payback, hey, it's going to work out very well. And hopefully when the storyline ends, a lesson has been made. But poor Roman Reigns and those 9 stitches he has.
Oh. Yeah, I had the opportunity, everyone had the opportunity to see what his wound looked like before they stitch him up, and I was like, ugh. But anyway, I dare anyone to say wrestling is fake.
I hate that.
Tell that to Roman Reigns and the 9 stitches he has above his eye right now. WWE started a Beat the Clock challenge to determine a new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Champion, Bad News Barrett, who Alfie always has.
Bad news, I guess. Yes.
Yes, and we started out the first match with Big E and Ryback. And in all honesty, Lance, I kind of figured that WWE would push either one of them towards the title. But I'm trying to remind someone that I need the light on in here to record a review.
I can't look at Ryback and I could look at those two in the same, like when they were fighting last night. I could not look at them and not laugh how stupid they look. These two massive jacked up guys. It was so funny. Why I laughed, I've no clue.
Well, while I go turn the lights back on in here, Lance, your thoughts on Big E and Ryback?
Well, honestly, I thought there was no way in hell these two guys were going to get it, because these two guys are 2 bona fide members of the new Job Squad. I mean, Big E's been jobbing the past few months, and, well, Ryback's, well, let's face it, Ryback. Enough said.
And I thought my review was being invaded by the Wyatt family with the lights going off like that.
They're here.
Yeah, but as you guys can see, the lights are...
Perfect timing.
Yeah, well, here's something interesting. We were set to have a mixed tag match with Archer teaming with one of the Funkadactyls to take on Layla and Fandango. When we get the return of Summer Rae, she plants a lip lock on Fandango and proceeds to have a cat fight with Layla. And James, this is something I never thought I would ever say, but I never thought I would be jealous of Fandango.
Hey, love triangle. Let's say that. Basically, it's that we all know how in Total Divas, Summer Rae's have a love interest with Fandango. However, with her Fandango breaking up with her, it's just all weird. So I think this may lead up to a match between Layla and Summer Rae, and the winner will get Fandango.
So the winner will be the loser.
Yes.
I don't see that happening, honestly, because Summer Rae is clearly now a face and Fandango is a massive heel. So she would have to re-go heel again, like in a matter of a few weeks.
I think this with her being a face is temporary, because really I think she was supposed to come back. She was supposed to be a heel, as in Total Divas, but they had to have her as a face to try to get Fandango back.
Yeah. Up next, there's a lot of speculation as to what WWE is going to do with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. With Daniel Bryan being out with the neck injury, and we had Stephanie McMahon cut a promo. A lot of fans were thinking, that she was going to strip Daniel Bryan of the title, and it turns out to be not the case. But she did make an announcement on next week's Monday Night Raw. She's going to demand that Daniel Bryan surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And Rick, when a lot of people heard that, there's been a lot of speculation that, to the legitimacy of Daniel Bryan's neck injury, a lot of people are now thinking that, this was all a work, a kayfabe, to do an angle with Bryan and Stephanie McMahon. Do you agree with that?
It's kind of hard. He's going to be out for a couple of months. So with him being out, they say that the WWE champion should defend his title for 30 days. And with the champion, with Bryan being out for 3 to 6 months, as much as everybody's saying, it's not fair, the truth is he has to defend his title for, if he can't defend his title for 3 to 6 months, what should they do? The fact is we have to have an active champion. So the truth is, obviously, yeah, he has to give it up. So as much as I really think it's a shitty thing to happen, yeah, I think he should give it up. If he's going to be out that long, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we even said it on last week's Raw review when we got the announcement of Daniel Bryan's neck injury. We even said it right there. It's just terrible timing on not only the Bryan's part, but WWE's part, because now they finally put the World Heavyweight Championship on Daniel Bryan to give him a chance to run with it and be the face of the company, and he goes down with this neck injury. It's just horrible timing for that to happen. So, like I said, hopefully it's a very speedy recovery and he gets back into the ring very, very soon. But up next, yes, the return of the Union Jacks in the WWE in the form of Heath Slater, Drew McIntyre, and Jinder Mahal. I wonder how many people had their hopes up of a new faction with the Union Jacks. But anyway, for some reason, whenever 3MB is goes out as the Union Jacks, they're always just a little bit more entertaining, in my view. But then out comes Lana and Rusev, and once again, Rusev just completely dominating an opponent. Just kind of getting what you've called at one point, Alfie, the Ryback treatment. Because they're continuing trying to build him up. But how long do you feel that they need to build him up before they start putting him in real angles with people?
I don't know, but I really want them to cut off this whole thing. That whole Bulgarian thing didn't work well either. Hold on, Billy, one sec.
Okay, but like I said, for whenever the 3MBs are known as the Union Jacks, it's always been, like I said, for some reason a more entertaining gimmick. For the fans and watching it, because for some reason they're just, that's sad to say that when a different gimmick with the same team is more entertaining than the original gimmick. Up next, we also had the next match in the Beat the Clock Challenge. Rob Van Dam taking on Alberto Del Rio, with the time to beat 5 minutes and 2 seconds. RVD ended up ducking the Alberto Del Rio kick, or as JBL made a reference to on Monday Night Raw, the Gentleman Chris Adams kick. If you guys don't know who Gentleman Chris Adams is, look up World Class Championship Wrestling. Then you will know who the Gentleman Chris Adams is. And Rob Van Dam also surpassed the time set by Big E with the amount of time to beat 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So very interesting to see, if that time could be beat on the last Beat the Clock Challenge. But we're gonna go over to this next match, Seth Rollins and Batista, with Triple H guaranteeing that only official personnel would be allowed at ringside. So Triple H, being the CEO, named himself as the special guest ring announcer and named Randy Orton the special guest timekeeper, with Seth Rollins countering with special guest commentators per the order of the Raw General Manager Brad Maddox, being Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Well, I gotta say, Ambrose and Reigns on commentary did a good job, and I thought it was really, really awesome to hear Dean Ambrose throw it to commercial break. I say the fans, "We'll be back," like that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? That was going to probably be one of the best segments. So, yeah, I'm going to say it right here firsthand. That's one of the best segments I'm going to put here for our overall scores and thoughts. That was the best segment. And if you don't like it, I'll send Lance to your house, and he'll slap you across your face. But that was fun.
Overall, the matchup was pretty good, and of course, we knew it was going to break down in the way it did, and it was just action all over the place. And Reigns ends up spearing Batista, and they were going to triple power bomb him, but Evolution was able to get him out of there before that happened. So very interesting to see where they're going to go, and especially the match they're going to have at Payback, the no holds barred elimination match. So far, the angle seems to be pretty decent. I don't know if everybody else agrees with that, but I'm very anxious to see where they go towards Payback with Shield and Evolution. Up next, Paige and Alicia Fox. James, what are they doing with Alicia Fox?
I do not know what the heck they're doing with Alicia Fox, but I mean, here's your thing though, really. Who else can you push in the Divas division that's not a total diva? Really, to go against Paige. And really, it's a surprise, but I wasn't really surprised that they gave Alicia Fox the win in England. But I believe this will lead up to a future Divas title match between Paige and Alicia Fox. I will say it right now, Paige is going to retain should they have that match.
Yeah, it's a different side they're trying with Alicia Fox. No matter what happens after a match is over, she's going to be like overly excited or flipped out. She's going to be angry, pissed off, and steal JBL's hat like she did last week, and or this week where she won and took the crown of Jerry the King Lawler.
And really, it's like, basically, the Divas division, really, you don't have much characters. Division, you don't have much storyline for them. So basically, I think this is where WWE is trying to see where they can go with Alicia Fox and maybe any other future divas afterwards.
Up next, we had the final Beat the Clock challenge. Again, the time set by Rob Van Dam, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, with Mark Henry taking on the show-off Dolph Ziggler. Kind of an interesting cutaway promo they did with Ziggler talking about the match. He's saying that he's going to do what he does best. He's going to show off, and then we have Mark Henry walk in on the promo, and he's just smiling. Usually when a guy that huge just walks up to you in your face and he starts smiling, that is really creepy as hell, I'm trying to watch my language because I'm in my parents' house. But time ends up expiring just as Ziggler hits the zigzag. So Rob Van Dam wins the Beat the Clock challenge and gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship at Payback. And, Alfie, apparently Bad News Barrett had some, as you would say.
He's got some bad news.
Yes. Go ahead.
I just said I loved how he came out and done what he did to RVD and kind of made himself known. Made himself say talking about the Greenwich Mean Time and saying I completely forgot what he said. He was talking about Greenwich Mean Time, saying we invented the Greenwich Mean Time, all that, and I won't lose to a bloody Yank. And then I was like, oh dear, some fiery words.
Yeah, those words kind of got him majorly over on the London crowd last night on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, we overuse that word over here, and Yeah, I can see why that was well received. Because they, believe it or not, but British people love to hate Americans. It's the way it is. I
Really?
don't. I don't.
They lose one war to us, and now they hate us all the time.
Oh, God, Lance. Speaking of being political, we had an interview segment up next with Renee Young interviewing Adam Rose and the Exotic Express.
Hold on, real Billy, I've got to go real quick, sorry. Anyway, I thought Raw was really good, sorry, I've got to leave.
Okay.
I thought Raw was really good, 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Right, sorry about this. Bye.
No worries there, Alfie. But anyway, to the interview segment, Lance, my head still hurts just thinking about it.
Don't be a lemon.
Yeah, that's be an Appleseed?
Be on whatever recreational drugs Adam Rose is on. Because he seems to enjoy himself.
Yeah, he definitely does. And as the Stunning Man Ashley speculated one time, I was talking to him. He figures that we're not going to see the in-ring debut of Adam Rose until possibly a Payback, where we assume he's going to take on Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Zeb Coulter actually came out during the interview segment and actually challenged Adam Rose to a match. I kind of figured, with Zeb Coulter being the AG he ain't going to do that. They're going to do something to kind of sneak attack him, and that's what they did with Swagger getting the jump on Rose. Then he starts to, over blatantly intimidate the Exotic Express, and we kind of knew what was going to happen. Rose was going to make a comeback, and he did, and he kind of showed the fiery side of himself when he took down Jack Swagger and threw him out the ring. And then he said, well, the fight is over, so now it's party time all the time. And again, with the way that worked in the angle, Lance, they got to work to a match towards Payback between these two.
Yeah, I mean, is it a good build-up? Not really, but who else do they have to feud each other against right now?
No, definitely.
I mean, we know Jack likes to party, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, anyway, we have the main event up next. John Cena with the Usos in his corner to take on Luke Harper of the Wyatt family. Now, I've always said it for the longest time, Rick, the huge, the shining star, as it were, of the Wyatt family. It's not Bray Wyatt, as many people would think, even though he is really good on the microphone. But actually, in the ring, Luke Harper has just impressed me so much. He's kind of being the standout right now of the Wyatt family. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think we even said that when the Wyatts first came out, and we weren't really impressed with Wyatt, especially at the beginning. Wyatt really didn't impress me, but he's starting to impress me now. I guess I'm starting to get on the Wyatt band, so to speak. But Harper really was definitely one of those definitely standout wrestlers of all the three. And he still does that. He can still get in the ring and he can still go. So he's a great worker. And he can still, he can still get on the mic a little bit. So it shows that maybe when the Wyatts do split, you can see. I'd like to see what he can do on the mic for himself.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. The matchup ends up getting thrown out when Eric Rowan interferes. The Usos get taken out by both Rowan and Bray Wyatt, and next thing you know, they drag John Cena to the staging area. Bray Wyatt gives him Sister Abigail on the staging area, and then next thing you know, Bray Wyatt is singing. He's got the whole world in his hands, while Luke Harper slowly and steadily counts to 10. And then for some reason, between 9 and 10, it took him anywhere between 5 to 30 seconds to go from 9, 10. Well, interesting. WWE is really trying to do an interesting build between Cena and Wyatt for the Last Man Standing match.
And like I told Rick and everybody else on Wednesday on an HWR show, that this could have not been the greatest build ever. I mean, look where it's led. You got Bray Wyatt singing. You got Luke Harper, as we all know, is the dominating star Eric Rowan, you're going to need to talk somehow because you're more stale than Del Rio's world title reign. But other than that, I mean, you cannot deny the fact that this was one of the best builds ever. The crowd turning on Cena. Whatever Kool-Aid they were drinking in England, it sort of worked, but I like the build-up nonetheless.
I thought they drank tea over in England.
I wouldn't know.
Well, fans, unfortunately, there were no Facebook reviews of Monday Night Raw. I keep trying week in and week out to get you guys to send in your reviews to facebook.com/WGS-TV, and I will not give up. I will find some way to make this segment work. So whenever we have wrestling shows and the reviews here, guys, you'll always send them in to facebook.com/WGS-TV, and we will read your reviews out loud here on the official review as you guys are watching right now. It's time to go into overall scores and our thoughts and our picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw. Interesting Monday Night Raw this week, emanating from London, England. The Adam Rose segment still's got me wondering, just where are they going with this? Even though it's kind of obvious they're going with an angle with him and the Real Americans of sorts, with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. Paul Heyman trying to get over as a heel in the crowd just really wasn't successful. Overall, it was an interesting Monday Night Raw. I can't really say it was a spectacular Monday Night Raw, but it was still interesting to say the least. That's why I'm going to give it a score right up the middle. I'm going to go 3 out of 5 on this one. Best match of the night, I really got to go with Seth Rollins and Batista, especially with all the post-match activity that transpired, after the match was over. A lot of activity with, Evolution and Shield members. It was indeed a unique thing, especially with Dean Ambrose leaping off the announce tables onto, I think it was Triple H, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it was definitely a unique way, and it was definitely, as the fans were saying at that time, it was awesome, and and the way they're working it, again, a cemented faction against the up and coming rising faction, Evolution versus Shield. So it's definitely an interesting thing to see. Worst segment of the night. I'm sorry, I gotta go to the Exotic Express because I'm like, what? Really? That's all I can say. But I will give a nice honorable mention to the hot chick that dressed up in the Captain America outfit. I like that. Now let's go over to Rick and get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week. Rick?
I guess I'd have to say that probably the best segment, best match I'll probably have to give to the main event. The main event match was decent. I definitely also have to. I liked the Batista and Seth Rollins match, but the problem is just you knew that that the Shield and Evolution couldn't stay out of it, so that's why I couldn't really give it the best, unfortunately.
What are your thoughts, though, on Ambrose and Reigns being on commentary during the match?
Oh, yeah, they were always great on commentary, especially Ambrose. Especially for the worst, yeah, you got to give it to, yeah.
Yeah, the Exotic Express.
The Exotic Express, and, oh, God, just Adam Rose, please just get him off TV as soon as possible.
But more of the hot chick in the Captain America outfit, though, right?
Well, when she eventually gets off to her own and she's in less clothes, yes.
Oh, man. Anyway, let's go to Lance next and get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week. Lance?
Overall, I give it a 3. Not a great show, but not the worst I've ever seen. Just right up the middle. Best match, I got to give the main event. One big reason, the fluidity of the Sister Abigail's kisses. Wyatt hit on both Usos. It was just like just flowing right one into the other. That and the beatdown for the best match. Best segment, the promo that they cut first because honestly, creepy as hell, but I love the build-up. Worst match, I gotta give it to the Union Jackasses versus Rusev, because I've never been excited for Rusev until then. And worst segment, because I think they could have done it a lot better. The whole love triangle between Fandango,
Layla and Summer Rae.
because I think they could have actually had a conversation and not just go straight at it. It's like you build up to the cat fight, not just get in the ring, kiss him, and then cat fight. No.
Yeah. Thank God you said Union Jackasses. For some reason, I thought you were going to call them the Union Jackoffs. Why did I say that? Anyway, let's go to Will next and get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw. Will?
All right. I'm actually going to boost my score to 3.25 out of 5 for Raw, a little bit better than last week's. Best match, I'm going to have to concur and say the Seth Rollins-Batista match. Not all the matches were to my liking. Might as well put an IV through my damn hands. Worst match, really, I have to jump on Lance's wagon on this one. I mean, they really gave Rusev a Ryback-like storyline, and nobody really knows where this is going to go. Time will tell, but if he doesn't get any stiffer competition, then it's probably not going to go nowhere. I already said my best segment, Dean Ambrose. I already stated that already. Now, worst segment, I am sorry again, but I'm going to have to give it to Zeb Coulter on this one. I mean, apparently, yes, he's going to face Your Real American at Payback, where he'll make your debut, but he looks so stale. He's more up there when he talks, but we'll have to see. But once again, props to Dean Ambrose on commentary. That I couldn't stop laughing.
It's kind of a bad thing when you notice someone, as hot as that chick wearing the Captain America outfit, kind of drawing more attention than Adam Rose himself. Finally, we go to James and get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw. James?
3 out of 5. Best match, I have to agree with Seth Rollins and Batista. Worst one, I have to give it to Heath Slater and Rusev. That poor bastard. I have a couple notes really also is that I hope Summer Rae don't go crazy when they come to this love triangle, because the last time we had a love triangle, somebody went crazy. Somebody went crazy.
That ass.
Also, thank you. But also it's like I'm kind of with Alicia Fox. It's kind of interesting. It intrigues me with her character. It kind of intrigues me. But we need somebody to that. While AJ's getting married to CM Punk, we needed somebody to basically help with the Divas division, and I think this thing going with Alicia Fox is gonna help. I hope.
Well, definitely. So, on that note, guys and gals, what we want to know from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw? What are your thoughts about the last man standing match between John Cena and Bray Wyatt? Your thoughts on Shield and Evolution and what they did on Monday Night Raw this week. We definitely want to hear from you guys out there. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Rick, where can fans check you out on HWR?
Of course, they can always check me out on my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio.
And Lance, what can fans expect to see when they come visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck woman cooking videos, a little bit of guitar work, and whatever pops into my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of them worships Fandango. One of them wants to be Fandango. It's the Bay Area MVP known as Will and James of the Big Easy. Guys, what you got coming up?
We're going to go to James's tailor shop because he's looking for those Fandango pants. So one size does not fit all.
That's right. That's right. I want to be Fandango, damn it. Anyway, you can find us on iVlog.tv.
I broke James! Yay! I broke James!
So MVP broke him looking for their Fandango pants. You can find us. I think it's right there. We do game shows,
Yes.
talk about sports, talk about wrestling, and do other random stuff.
And fans, don't forget to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network if you haven't already. So for the hardcore host, Brickhead, the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV, the Bay Area MVP known as Will, and James the Big Easy. Also, shout out to the Pro Wrestling Lad Alfie who was here with us earlier. I'm the WrestleGamer. Don't be Billy Boudreaux saying, don't be a lemon, be a fire flower. No, that's wrong.
This episode has been brought to you by the new product WWE Lube, because Lana spelled backwards is anal.
Ah!